Hi, are you a single mom? If so, then this episode is for you.
We believe that God blessed us so that we can be a channel of blessings to others.
We made this channel so we can bless other people.
So there's baking, there's cooking, there's working out, there are dogs, our adventures, our travels.
Hi, I'm Mickey.
I'm Bettinna.
And I'm Gummy, and this is
A Blessing Channel!
Hi! This episode of A Blessing Channel is dedicated to all single moms and solo parents. If you are listening today and you are one, I would like to speak with you. The reason for this episode, I realized na from the time I was a single mom until I got married, I haven't really spoken much about my being a single mom except when I get invited sa mga conferences, sa mga talks, and in my book. Siguro the reason why I'm not talking much about it anymore, not only because it's done, because my heart still goes out to all single moms, but because I felt like in writing this book, parang na-dump ko na lahat ng thoughts at ng feelings ko about my journey as a single mom. But nung binalikan ko siya, ang last chapter ko was just about meeting the father of my child for the first time after so long. Yung proseso nun, I mentioned it in the book, how God broke through my heart. Pero yung detalye ng kung paano ko talaga napatawad yung tatay ng anak ko is not something na na-share ko na sa inyo as followers of this channel. I posted on Instagram a question. If you're a single mom, what would you like to ask me? I want to thank you for being very honest and being very humble enough to ask about the issues in your hearts. I would love to answer every single question. But maraming magkakatulad, maraming similar. So I decided to just categorize it. And this episode will be all about the journey. Like in general, yung mga questions siya about being a single mom. For all of you who don't have a copy yet of this book, this is not to plug this, pero a lot of your questions I saw on the post, nasagot ko na dito. So for those questions, I may not be able to answer them na. Kasi for those who have read this, baka maging repetitive. So if you can, it's relatively affordable naman. If you could get a copy for yourself and you can share it to another single parent, then it will be a blessing to them. So this is a book that I wrote 2 years ago. This covers the years of when I first came to know the Lord, when I really became a follower of Jesus. Hindi porket ma-attend ka na ng Sunday service every Sunday, ay Christian ka na. Hindi porket nagbabasa ka ng Bible mo lang everyday, ay Christian ka na. Pero kung hindi naman 100% ng buhay mo ay sinusurrender mo sa Panginoon, inaasa mo na siya lang ang taga-salba mo, then you can't really say that you're a follower of Christ. And that happened to me also. Part yon ng book, malaking bahagi ang pagiging single mom ko. If not, that's the only purpose why God allowed me to become a single mom. If that were the only way He could call me to turn to Him. Ni May, Sherry, Ibale, how are you able to make Gummy feel na walang kulang? How to raise your kids without them feeling that something is missing? Siguro ito ang isa sa biggest fears ng single parents. Yung sa halip ng lahat ng sakripisyo at ng ginagawa nila para sa mga anak nila. Pagtanda ng mga anak nila, may kulang pa rin sa buhay nila. May puwang pa rin, di pa rin sapat. I think that's our fear. I guess the first thing is to know na hindi tayo ang pupuno sa lahat ng pangangailangan ng mga anak natin. As much as we want to be everything for them, we will never be everything to them. We can never be everything they need. We can never be the answer to their every need. Because sa totoo lang, Diyos lang talaga makakapuno sa lahat ng puwang at sa kahit anumang puwang sa buhay at puso ng kahit na sinong tao, hindi lang ng mga anak natin, hindi lang ng mga anak ng mga single parents. Na-achieve ko yung balance ng, Lord, I know I'm giving everything without giving too much. Too much is when my conscience tells me that I should rest. When may nakakompromise ako, kunyari, family affair, or an important day in school, just because there's work. O may pinangako ako sa anak ko na, okay, on this day, we'll really spend time. When I feel tempted to dishonor my word of commitment to my child, and rest. Doon ko alam na, I am giving too much. God convicted me of playing father when I am just a mother. Because syempre tayo mga single moms, ang tendency talaga natin is to think that we're both mother and father. Lahat na lang papatusin kahit may day job ka, racket and all, because you have that fear of lack. You may never earn enough, or it may never be enough, or like for me, meron akong issue ng pride pala. Yung pagiging workaholic ko was because I wanted to give my child the life that I can say not even her biological father can give her. Yun yung motivation ko, which was wrong, which drove me to become workaholic. Dumating ako sa punto kung saan malinaw na sinabi sa ng Panginoon, ikaw ay nanay. You be the mother and you let me be the father. I am your child's father as much as I am your father. I am the father to the fatherless. Sinabi niya yun sa salita niya. I came to a point when I know I'm giving my best and I can trust that God will multiply. I can trust that God will provide. I can trust that I can rest and I can honor time with my family and honor my child. Dati kasi ang thinking ko, if I don't work, we don't eat. Akala mo naman, magugutom kami. But ganun katapat yung Panginoon pag sinabi niyang I am father to the fatherless. I also realized that I cannot give a father's love because hindi nga naman ako father. And I think regardless of lalaki or babae ang anak, iba yung pagmamahal talaga ng tatay. At kailangan mong tanggapin sa sarili mo na hindi mo mabibigay yun. Yes, you can give your everything, your most as the mother, but don't think that your overflow can compensate the love of a father. Hindi siya magtutugma as long as I know I give everything. I give my best to my child. Hindi ako magkakaroon ng regret na she doesn't feel complete because I had to admit that I'm not the one who will make her complete. But Gummy grew up hearing the words, having less of a member does not make us less of a family. Our being complete in number that makes us complete. It's Jesus who makes our family complete. Lottie Gonzaga. Why did the Lord allow us or chose us to be single mothers? I don't know, honestly. I cannot answer that. But I'm sure of two things. One, I know that God is good. And two, I know that God has a good purpose for everything He allows, including the trials, including the problems, including the pain. It's because it's only through that the Lord could call my attention. Kung hindi ako nagkaanak ng maaga at a time na hindi ko inaasahan, yung very specific details how I became a single mom, I don't think I would have turned to the Lord. Hindi ako dumulog sa Kanya. Hindi ko siya napansin. Hindi ko siya nakilala. At hindi siguro naging ganito yung buhay namin. But I know that God is all-powerful. Alam ko na simula pa lang, bago niya pa nilatag ang buong mundo, alam ko, pinili niya na ako. But it was just a matter of me responding to that call. Ang dami ng pangyayari sa buhay ko na tinatapik ako pero hindi ko pa rin pinapansin. It was only through being a single parent, through having Gummy, na napansin ko ang Panginoon, na napuhaw niya yung attention ko. Doon ko lang naintindihan sa kabuuan kung ano yung ginawa ni Jesus para sa akin. Doon lang ako dumulog sa tawag ng Panginoon sa akin. Even if I don't have a specific answer for you, I want to remind you of a passage. Isaiah 55, verses 8 until 11. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return there, but water the earth, making it bring forth and sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it. His thoughts are not our thoughts and His ways are higher than ours, and siguro hindi natin maarok kung bakit, but what we can be sure of based on what I read to you is that walang ginagawa o sinasabi ang Panginoon na walang dahilan, na walang pakay, na walang purpose. Like He said, katulad ng ulan, di ba, na pumapatak, na bumubuhos, hindi naman yun bumabalik eh. But the rain that is sent accomplishes what it's sent for. It's supposed to water. It's supposed to feed. Ganon din yung purpose para sa atin ng Panginoon. You may feel unfair why it happened to you, whatever situation you find yourself in, but I know and I can say it's the Lord's will. Dahil walang aksidente. So lahat yan, purpose by the Lord. We had an endorsement with food brand. We got the part. We got the deal. Nung papaalis na ako ng idol sa kusina, syempre they get you for your exposure. Dahil nasa cooking show ka, rightful ka to endorse. But you know, if when the Lord really wants to bless you, there's really no reason except that He's just good and that He just wants to give it. So when we got that, even with that warning na mawawala na siya sa cooking show, we filmed it abroad. We were abroad for 5 days. And we shot it for only half a day. And everything was paid for. Our hotel, our food. We even had daily allowance. Naka-business class pa kami. Pag naalala ko yung mga ganong moment, parang Lord, sobrang bait mo naman para bigay sa amin yung ganyan. Anong ginawa ko? And honestly, I can't say that I did something to deserve that because I clearly know that I don't. So, I'm sharing this kasi when God says He's Father to the fatherless, you can't expect the ways He will show you that. Mamamangha ka na lang because alam mo, sa Kanya galing yun. Hindi galing sa kamay mo, hindi galing sa galing mo, pero galing sa grasya, galing sa Panginoon. I believe that single moms, you are in a really favorable position. Kahit sa tingin mo dehado ka, no, because God is your Father and God is the Father of your fatherless child. Isipin mo, ang Diyos na nagmamay-ari ng lahat, ang tatay ng anak mo. And He says that He will provide for you. I really claimed that promise. I really held on to that word the whole 10 years of being a single parent. And to this day, I know my faith in provision does not shift from God to my husband. I know that my God remains to be our provider, to be the provider of this family through my husband. So hindi nagbago yun just because may asawa na ako. From I am Gent, paano mo inopen ang sarili mo kay God? Hindi ko fully maintindihan yung question mo. Yung dating niya sa akin is, paano ko tinanggap si God? I think that's what you're asking me, Jen. Katulad nga na sinabi ko, yung first step, parang half step, was when Gummy's dad and I separated in 2011. And I went to CCF for the first time because of 2 reasons. 1, si God na lang yung solusyon na hindi pa namin nasusubukan. 2, dahil nag-iisip ako, anong ituturo ko sa anak ko? How do I raise my child? Kung ako mismo pasaway. So may desire ako. Pagpunta ko sa CCF noon, first time, yung series noon was heart parenting. So parang pinukaw talaga ng Panginoon yung attention ko tsaka yung puso ko. Hindi na ako bumitaw since then. So I started attending regularly. After a year, dun pa lang ako nagkaroon ng sarili kong Bible dahil wala akong enough funds to buy myself a really good Bible. I had the spiritual disciplines. Pero yung pagdulog ko sa Panginoon as a single parent, parang yun pa lang yung kalabit tsaka lingon. Na-realize ko na nasa pinakamababang punto na ako ng buhay ko. Wala na akong mapuntahan, wala akong matakbuhan, at nandun siya. Kung 2011 yung lingon, 2016, after 5 years, dun lang yung sunod. Dun lang talaga yung faithful na ikaw ang Diyos ng buhay ko, ng lahat ng bahagi ng buhay ko. Susundin kita at ang salita mo at lahat ng utos mo sa akin. Pero syempre, nagkakamali pa rin ako. Pero yung talagang pagbigay ko ng buhay ko sa Panginoon, na Lord, sinusuko ko sa iyo ang buhay ko, susundin kita sa pagpapatnubay mo, dun na yung tinanggap ko yung Panginoon. Tinanggap ko na hindi ako ang may control sa buhay ko. Tinanggap ko na hindi ako ang may final say sa buhay ko. Tinanggap ko wala akong kapangyarihan sa buhay ko. At siya ang meron ng lahat ng yun ang inaakala ko ako. So it's when I really gave up control of my life. When I decided to just follow, to not control my life, dun ko tinanggap yung Panginoon. Dun ko talaga isinuko yung buhay ko sa Panginoon. Sinasabi rin niya sa salita niya, draw near to me and I will draw near to you. For I believe if ikaw ay may totoong desire na makilala ang Panginoon at lumalapit ka sa Kanya, walang dahilan para hindi siya tumingin sa iyo at tumugon sa iyo. I believe that the Lord is kind and compassionate. Kung ikaw ay tunay na nagpapakumbaba at ikaw ay nagiging totoo sa sarili mo, sa pangailangan mo sa Panginoon, I believe there's no reason for the Lord not to respond to you. Bucky419, did you have any support group of single moms or solo parents? There is a ministry in CCF. It's called KSP or Cool Solo Parents Ministry. That was my support group. You can find them on Facebook. You can look for Tita Zoni, Tita Bobby, or Ate Mai, or Tita Akis. Ayan, niname drop ko na kayong lahat. So wala na kayong kawala. Nakilala ko sila in the solo parent retreat that I attended, that I mentioned here in the book. I had that set of mentors, fellow single moms, but I also had friends. I was so blessed by the Lord to be given friends who had complete families but really had a burden for me and Gummy. Ito yung sinasabi ko na parang may special favor ang mga tao towards us. Siguro they feel naturally that we need help. So even without them asking anong kailangan mo, they offer it. So my friend Jennifer has 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy. Si Jennifer would always offer kung kailangan kong magtrabaho at si Gummy walang kalaro, pwede ko i-drop off lang sa bahay nila. She can stay there for how many hours until I'm done, or if may out of town ako tapos walang kasama si Gummy. And I have other friends who are like that also, and I'm so thankful kasi hindi na limit yung circle ko sa mga fellow solo moms lang. I was also receiving emotional, spiritual support even from single friends, married friends. That's part of God's favor towards single moms. From the Pink Quiet Time, will you resort to filing a case of economic abuse under VAUC law, violence against women and children? I would appreciate to hear your stand on this that I believe is anchored in your faith. Thanks in advance. Personally, I will not file a case because one, I don't need it. Personally, I know a lot of you will say, oh, but it's not for you, it's for your child. Let's say I'm still a single mom. If it's for my child, then I know that God, my child's father, the father of my fatherless child, will provide that and will take care of that need and will take care of her. I personally don't like resorting to legal means kung hindi naman kailangan because economic reason din. Sayang, babayad mo sa abogado, babayad mo sa kada appearance, and the emotional energy that goes into filing a case. I think that's all unnecessary expense, financial and emotional. I am unwilling to do that because I trust that God will really take care of my child and her needs. Maybe I will ask. And I can ask once. And if the dad says no, or the dad is not responding or ignoring, then I will stop asking. Because if he wants to, he will. You don't need to force. I also don't like the thought that I will be begging. Hindi ako matatakot na hindi ko masisecure yung future ng anak ko, or na hindi ko siya mabibigyan ng magandang buhay, or na magiging kulang dahil kailangan namin yung sustento ng tatay. I never thought of it that way. Even if it's like a violation for me, I personally will not file. Kuting 888, paano mo nakayanan palakihin mag-isa ang bata? Lalo na nasa likod mo lang ang mga mata na punong-puno ng panghusga. Saan ka nagsimula at paano ka tumayo at hinarap ang lahat? Nagsimula ako sa pagtanggap sa sitwasyon ko. I think isa yun sa mga malaking hindrance sa successful journey ng isang single mom. May mga kakilala ako, may mga naririnig ako, or marahil meron ka rin kilala na single mom na namumuhay as if hindi siya single mom. Buhay dalaga pa rin. O kaya naman may mga iba na madali nilang ma-feel na para bang inaapi sila just because single mom sila. I think I started with accepting my situation wholeheartedly. Hindi ko alam what situation brought you to that point, but I believe that the first step that we must all take if we want to be successful in solo parenting is really to accept our lot, to accept our fate, to accept our situation, and to not live in denial, and to not live with hate or live with anger or regret. Because pagtanggap mo, people can't use it against you. It's with humility that you say to yourself and say to others, na, well, this is my life now, this is my fate. I will be very upfront and direct. This is the consequence of my poor choices in the past. And I think it's that humility that's needed for you to slowly experience freedom in going through life as a solo parent. And that acceptance will help you rise above your situation. I cannot look back at my parenting journey and say it was a success because ang galing ko, because ang lakas ko, because ang tibay ng dibdib ko. It was not me. It was the Lord. The Lord was with me all those years. Paano ko tumayo? I recognize that I wasn't alone in the motherhood journey. And that's also what is in my heart for you, for all the single moms. I want you to know that you may be solo in this journey, but you're not alone. Bakit may mga tao pa rin na hindi tayo tanggap sa lipunan? How did you forgive the father of your child? How did you forgive yourself? How did you instill in your mind that you can and will be enough for your child? How were you able to raise Gummy without anger for her biological father? At paano niyo po na-overcome ang pain sa pagpapabaya ng daddy niya? Naisip niyo ba before na hindi mahal ng daddy niya si Gummy? These and many more as we discuss the topic of forgiveness. God bless you.